Hello everyone, my name is Albert and I wanted to do a quick video about compound interest for those of you who aren't quite sure what it is and how it works. Albert Einstein famously once said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world and that he who understands it earns it and he who doesn't understand it pays it. Think of credit cards. So if you're like me and want to find a vehicle that pays way more interest than the banks ever could, this is something that you may find useful, especially if you're an investor or do any kind of trading, whether that be crypto or Forex, whatever floats your boat. Now, I must add that I'm not a financial advisor, so this is just for entertainment purposes, as they say. Anyway, so I don't want to bore you too much. Let me go straight to it. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And I'm on a site called thecalculatorsite.com. And on there, I've got a calculator up for you. Now, so let's just say that you just started trading or investing and you have an initial investment of, let's just say, £500. I'm using pounds because I'm based in the UK. And let's just say that you have a target to grow your portfolio by 1%. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're a beginner, in my humble opinion, I think it's important to not try to run before you can walk. So by that, I mean, until you start to develop your skills, it's better to aim for a low and conservative target than rather to aim too high by aiming for what some would do might be 3 to 5%. That's for people who are more experienced. And I just wanted to also point out that it's not all tied to the skill level, because the skills needed to be a good trader or investor don't take that long, particularly I'm speaking specifically in terms of trading. The reason why most beginners end up losing their money when they start to trade, or what they call blowing your account, blowing your portfolio, is because they aim to try and make too much of a return too soon. And I can understand the temptation, because when you begin, most people have a small budget to begin with, and it's difficult for beginners to resist the temptation to try and increase the size of that portfolio quickly into something that's in 2 or 3, if that's a bigger figure. You hear where I'm coming from. So anyway, so with that in mind, let's just say you're aiming to grow your account by 1% per week. So I'm going to change the figures. So if I change that to 1% weekly, which is roughly about 4% per month. And if I just go down here, if I go down to the compound interval, I'll make sure that says weekly as well. So just to recap, there's an investment of 500, growth of 1% per week. And let's just say you're growing this account for 3 years. So if I click on calculate, that £500 investment after 3 years turns into £2,361. Now, let's just say that you're running that for 5 years. That £500 has now turned into £6,645. Now, for £500 over 5 years, that's definitely not bad. And you most definitely wouldn't get that in any bank. Now, let's just say that over time, your skills have improved and you're able to get a bigger weekly return. Let's just say you're able to grow your portfolio by around 8% per month. So let's just say that's about 2% weekly, and you're running that for 3 years. If I click calculate, that £500 is now worth just under £11,000. That's not bad at all. And let's just say that that was running for 5 years. So if I change that to 5 years, that £500 is now worth just over £86,000. Now, obviously, that could be a smaller or greater figure, but as long as you're consistent, not too impatient to make growth, that could be quite realistic. It might take 5.5 years, it might take 6 years, it might even take 7 years, but it will certainly grow if you're consistent and make a point of improving your skills over time. So yeah, I've purposely kept these figures low because your gains can be greater than that. There's one or two investment vehicles that I use that give bigger returns than that, but I always prefer to be conservative rather than make wild claims that sound like get rich quick schemes. I hope you found that useful. And if you did, please don't forget to hit the like. And if you think you'd like to see more videos along these lines, please let me know. Anyway, take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye.